Hi, it's about 1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. And today I've got that woe that we all have. You're just trying to do something in a limited amount of time, or you're rushing around trying to get stuff done around the house, or you've got to go away from the the Xbox to go do something around the house. In my case, it's usually something animal related, and something happens and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't stop playing right now. And that's what kind of happened to me here. Thank God I was quick enough to switch crimes off, because I run crimes when I'm trading and I always forget to turn them off when I switch back to a non-tradie ship. I actually came down here to go to the station and just pick up some missions that were completed off. And I ended up getting embroiled in a fight with a Faz. Now, I would have run away normally because I was busy and I had very limited time in which to do this. I had to get to the station, land, get off so I could swap chickens around, put some chickens away, bring the other chickens out, and feed the cats and do other things. And people were waiting on me to get off the game. But I was like, I can't. I'm going to have to fight this one out because, I won't be long, promise. Because I was aware that a couple of people were in Super Cruise that had watched and they actually started jumping down on the wake and watching, and I'm like, oh, now I have to kind of win this fight to save face. And I must admit I am terrible in the Anaconda, so that doesn't help. I spent a lot of this fight reverse skiing badly. Then got annoyed with myself for reverse skiing and sort of avoided doing it for a while. I should have flight assisted off more. I'm really bad with big ships, and I need to get better at using flight assist off in them, because it is easier in big ships. They're wallowy, so you can flight assist off more easily. But I'm bad in big ships. This is like only my third or fourth fight properly in my Conda. I'm not. This is the second 1v1 in my Conda. I mean, I've fought alongside other people in it a few times. It has been proved to be a very beneficial ship. It's very good against corvettes, just in a wing, because the amount of firepower, those pacifiers, etc., makes a big difference, and the multi-cannons are actually fairly effective. It's okay in wing fights, because in wing fights you can take on targets of opportunity, so you're not looking to fly anyone, you're just looking to move your weapons platform within range of somebody that's not paying you attention. But a 1v1 with a Faz, I've only actually done this once before, and that was against Kraken Moors. Video is on my channel somewhere. I struggled in that fight, I struggled in this one. So fair play to the Faz pilot, he definitely outflew me. He's flying rings around me, literally. I'm struggling. And like I say, I would have jumped out had it not been for the spectators who were making comments. And I was like, oh, I can't really jump away because, it'd look bad. I'm going to have to just try and get this done, get landed as soon as possible, because, like I say, somebody was waiting on me to get off the game so I could help them with something. And that's kind of awkward. Always rushing around. I'm sure it's happened to you loads. If you play Elite Dangerous, it is one of those games, because it's an MMO and it's always on, always happening. It's very difficult to plan what's going to happen, and suddenly you can get embroiled in something that can suddenly last ages, and you end up apologizing to your significant other, with the microphone on mute, going, yeah, sorry, just gotta do this a sec. Or the amount of times we're in party chat and somebody's having a conversation with their other half while we're in the middle of a wing fight. It happens. It's always going to happen. It's that sort of game. I have the same issue with PUBG, because PUBG games last a long period of time, and anything that goes on for more than 10 minutes, I'm probably going to have to step away, come back, step away, come back. It happens. There's always so much going on in my house with animals that sometimes it's unavoidable. I've had to step away mid PvP fight before now, just reversing out a fight, or just flying in a straight line out of fight, and then gone, done something, come back, and people look at me funny when I get back. The amount of times I've dropped into a wing fight and then suddenly jumped away again because I've had to go instantly off and do something, and it's like, oh, I'm just going to jump to another system and log off. And even then they're like, you know, trying to explain to your other half why you've got to jump to another system to log off a video game and why you can't just log off right there and then. It's like, yeah, can't do that in the middle of a fight. It's very, very bad. Need to go somewhere else and do it before I can log off. You know, I need to jump away to another system, drop down into normal space, make sure no one's followed me, then log off. Or I need to get to a space station, land, and then log off. Can't just log off in the middle of a fight, dear. That ain't happening. I can't be doing that. So, yeah. Elite Dangerous is one of those games where you just have to play it out, and sometimes you get stuck embroiled in things and there's nothing you can do about it. Fortunately for me, my Anaconda is a nice tough build. It's not bad. It does okay. I do know that Anacondas with no shields are not going to last very long against someone who knows what they're doing, because certain modules are targetable from the front of the ship, which is a bit of a problem. Luckily for me, the crazy experiment with the beam laser did work to a certain extent, and I do enjoy it being on there. It's very good for PvE. This ship, though the setup of weapons is not very set up for it, I do actually quite often use it as my underminer of choice. Because I go mining so often, I can afford the synthesis of the multi-cannons, etc. And it does pretty well. It can clear instances pretty quickly. It's got a lot of firepower, etc. So it's doing okay for me until I do eventually build a dedicated PvE ship for power play. But I do need to get a lot better in combat with it to use it in PvP against other players. I'm nowhere near the comfort level I'm in when I'm in my Mampas or my FDL. I'm not bigging up my ability in those either, but it's more comfortable in those. I'm no great shakes at PvP in any ship, but I certainly have a level of comfort in my medium ships where I feel I can give someone a decent run for their money. And in my small ships, I love my small ships. I adore having fun fights. I can flight assist off a full fight in my Vulture, though flicking it on and off is probably the best way to go for me. And my Viper 4, I really enjoy flying that flight assist off. Twitchy as it is good fun, and it does help. But look how long this video is going. It's like, literally, I just wanted to get to the station and log off, and that damn Faz will not leave me alone. He's out flying me, he's flying rings around me, decimated my shields, I didn't get through my banks properly, he cancelled loads of my banks. It's a real pain in the butt. But eventually, I do manage to drive him off and send him a GG, and then I haven't got time to reboot and repair. I need to get to the station, I need to get off the game as quick as possible. So I'm like, right, I don't care, I'm just going to go for it. Merrill Archer, tons of people around, what could go wrong? I'm just going to get to the station as soon as possible. Normally I'd reboot repair, get half my shields back before going anywhere, and then probably bank the rest of my shields back. But I'm in a rush, what can I say? It is what it is, this game. You just have to do what you can when you can, and sometimes you get caught in a situation where you can't log off, and hopefully people will be understanding. The amount of times that someone's come after me when I've got to log off to go to work, especially on my afternoon shift, like in the afternoon when I've got to be at work at 1:30, I come on in the morning for a little bit, and someone always comes after me just when I'm like, I need to log off, get ready to go to work. You feel mean because they've spent the time hunting you or tracking you down, or if they want to fight a PvP fight. I ain't got time, I've got to go. Sorry, we'll catch you later. Let me know in the comments down below if you've any situations like that where you've had to jump off the game and leave people in the lurch who have travelled ages to come and fight you, and then you're like, bye, I'll see you later. I remember that time I killed Garrix with my fleet carrier when he attacked me with my Type 7. I literally messaged him straight afterwards, and he was boiling for revenge, and I'm messaging him saying, sorry, I'm just off to work now. Bye. I was literally heading back to my carrier and then going to get changed to go to work, and that's when he started trying to interdict me, and I was like, oh, not now, we really don't have the time. You know, and as tempting as it is, I never do switch into solo to do X, Y or Z in the time. I will be stubborn and persist. I want to be in open all the time. I really don't like the other modes. The only time I'll ever use private group is to help a noob out if they refuse to come into open. But generally you can convince them to come into open these days. Open's not as scary as people think it is. A lot of the idiots that like preach it, that open's this horrible, toxic, terrible environment, unfortunately don't seem to have all as much sway as they used to. Because I think people realise when it comes to this sort of game, this sort of environment, open is the best place to be because it's where stuff happens. You know, good stuff and bad stuff, it's got to be said, but stuff happens in open, and the happening of stuff is what keeps the game alive. You know, I'm not going to ride anyone who plays in solo or private group. Each to their own. You do you. I'm not going to, you know, say you're doing anything wrong by playing in private group or solo. I just personally think open is a more fun environment because anything could happen at any moment. You can get jumped by another player when you're in a mad panic to get somewhere and you want to just land, get off the game. And sometimes you have to make a run for a station before your shields have recharged, because you're in a rush and people are being impatient with you because you kept them waiting because you had to have that fight with the Faz rather than just log off the game. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below those moments that you've really struggled with, where you've been like, I need to get off the game but I'm gonna have to have this fight first, or you know, any moments like that. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm just going to leave you with my not so amazing landing skills and say that's all. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.